Well, any other comments? Anthony?
Liz, can you recall on the policy that we have for leasing out quarters, do we allow for the existing applicant to renew the lease if everything is in good, everything he's done in the previous term is in good standing? By that I mean, is it almost more likely that it was to happen, put it that way?
So according to the policy, there are 4 criteria considered by council. Priority will be given to Brazeau County landowners, which both of these qualify. Priority will be given to adjacent landowners. These also both qualify. Priority will be given to applicant renewing the lease agreement and is in good standing with Brazeau County. One of these does qualify and provides an appropriate management plan, including any proposed improvements or lease lands, and these both apply.
Thank you. That's what I was trying to get out, Bart, is one of our points that we have that we rely on allows for the existing applicant to renew. And I mean, perhaps being given, you know, the extra weight or whatever you want to refer to it as.
They're all actually all good points you guys that are making here. The fact we didn't advertise it, that kind of puts a little bit of weight on the process as well. But it'd be nice if we could table this motion till after enclosed. Yeah.
I move to,
Yeah.
I move to, I can't take back my original motion?
Yes, you can do that.
Yeah, I move to take back that motion then.
Okay. All right, that's a given. So there was a request to go in closed. We should, pardon me? Oh, no. We just have to agree on it. Yeah. Yeah.
I move to table grazing lease HG 016 until after public input. That should be after. Yeah, until after 11 o'clock. Because he'd have a chance to speak to it at public input then. And then we could go in closed afterwards. I'd be okay with that.
It's not a bad solution. Kind of keeps everything on the table. Dallas, go ahead.
Okay. It's just too unfortunate that poor fellow has to wait until 11:30 or whatever until public input is over. I think this is. I think it's very clear, Reeve, what the policy says and how we should proceed. And for me, that's a clear cut. And there's no need for it. It's not a part of the. It's not a part of the process. It's not a part of the policy. All that work's already been done, and that young lady standing right there has all the information we need. So I would just go into close. That would be my motion. I'm sorry, did you move to? Okay.
Well, no, you took your motion off.
And move to table.
Move to table until after. But we still could go in closed to hear what any.
There's a tabling motion, Bart.
Yeah, there's no discussion. Only for clarification. That's the only discussion allowed for a tabling motion.
All right, all those in favor?
Yeah, we got to vote on the table.
All those in favor?
You voted that.
Those opposed? Okay, so that motion is just lost, that's all it means. We can still go in closed to have the discussion if you guys want.
Yeah,
I don't
think
know what is in the background that I don't know, so
Okay, I prefer to try that, if that's all right.
you'll have to make a motion.
I will move to go in closed session, AITI Section 20, subsection 4, sub H.
Discussion? All those in favor? Okay, there's that team spirit. All right, let's go take a quick look here. Minutes. Before we do anything else, we're going to have to go into a public hearing for item number 1215-25. You were moving so fast there, I had to talk slowly so you didn't fall over, right? Go ahead. Oh, yes.
I move to go to public hearing 1215-25.
Any discussion? All those in favor? Carried unanimous. All right, now take it away.
All right, thank you. Rezoning application 25A-005, located on pages 36 through 44 of the agenda package, has been submitted to rezone approximately 10.2 acres from agricultural to agricultural holdings within Southwest 958 west of the 5th, which would allow for the rezoning or for the subdivision of an equally sized parcel. These subject lands are located immediately east of Range Road 84, from which all parcels will have access, and south of Township Road 502. And that's shown on the land location map on page 38. The application was circulated for review and comments to internal departments, external agencies, and adjacent landowners. External comments were received from ATCO Distribution and ATCO Transmission, TELUS, and Fortis Alberta, all of which advised that they had no conditions or concerns. Alberta Energy Regulator and Pembina Pipeline provided information regarding setbacks for future development, but had no concerns regarding the proposed rezoning and subdivision. The Drayton Valley REA requested an easement agreement, which will be addressed as a proposed condition of the subdivision to the Municipal Planning Commission. Internal comments were provided by Public Works and Agricultural Services. Public Works requires that 5.18 meters of road widening be dedicated along Range Road 84, but the approaches meet county specifications. These comments will be reflected in the conditions of subdivision, which will be recommended to the Planning Commission. Agricultural Services advised of soil conditions but had no concerns regarding the proposed rezoning and subdivision, and no letters of concern were received from adjacent landowners. Policy considerations were set out in the report to Council on September 2nd and confirmed that the proposed rezoning is consistent with the county's municipal development plan, our land use bylaw, and that the lands do not fall within any intermunicipal development plan or area structure plan. So bylaw 1215-25 is presented today for second and third readings to rezone approximately 10.2 acres from agricultural to agricultural holdings within a portion of Southwest 958 west of the 5th meridian. Thank you.
Any questions, Councillor? Is there anybody from the public that want to speak for or against this particular application? No? Okay, do you guys know what this application is about right now? They're here for another presentation. Well, that's something else? Okay. All right, no questions from the gallery. We'll come out of public hearing. Anthony?
I move that we come out of public hearing for bylaw 1215-25.
Discussion? All those in favor? Carried unanimous. All right. Administration is looking for second and third reading. We'll give them one at a time. Glenn?
I move to give second reading to bylaw 1215-25, proposing southwest 9 of 50 of 8 west of the 5th meridian, 10.2 acres, be rezoned from agricultural to agricultural holdings as shown on the attached Schedule A.
Discussion? All those in favor? Carried unanimous. Anybody want to give third reading? Donna?
I move third reading to bylaw 1215-25, proposing southwest 958 west of the 5th meridian be rezoned from agricultural to agricultural holdings as shown on attached Schedule A.
Discussion? All those in favor? Carried unanimous. All right, we have a little bit of a shell game going on here. We go to Public Works next. Pip, I see you're here. Pardon me? No, I got to go to Public Works first.
Okay. Thank you for tabling it and giving me a chance to refer to Finance and the Fleet Supervisor for the information. So ultimately regarding EQP 0099, the ask is still the same with adding 16,285.87 to the original budget from reserves. However, the motion on the screen, you'll notice the new budget amount is what will be adjusting there. So 367,969.29. That will be changed to 356,766.87. The difference between those two numbers, when speaking to finance and the fleet supervisor, was wing parts. So it was identified there were some parts on there that needed to be allocated to operating. They weren't part of this capital project. So the final motion would be to increase the budget amount for project EQP 0099 from 340,481 to 567,766.87, adding 16,285.87 to the original budget from reserves.
Go ahead, Kara.
No, sorry, I think there was just some confusion. This is with the equipment, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you speaking to it there, Kara?
No, do you want me to make a motion?
All right,
I move to increase the budget amount for project EQP 0099 from
Oh.
3,
Sorry, this is not correct on the screen. It's from 340,481. 0 cents. To 356,766.87. And then the rest is the same with adding 16,285.87. Sorry about that.
numbers are correct now?
Yep.
Okay, great.
all right, so we're on 7A. I will move to increase the budget amount for project EQP 0099 from $340,481 to $356,766.87, adding $16,285.87 to the original budget from reserves.
Discussion? All those in favor? Carried unanimous.
Thank you for that.
Thanks, Pippa. All right, now we go back to agriculture services. There you go, Liz. Yeah, take it away whenever you're ready there. Or anything else you're adding? Anthony?
Do we have a tabled motion that needs to be dealt with first then, if we're gonna move forward with this? Okay, as long as it's not on the,
That's fine. Are you still want to say something there, Anthony? Oh. Okay, so we're left with a decision here in regards to a grazing lease. What's your wishes there, councillors? Anthony?
I move that council approve applicant A for a 5-year lease, 5-year grazing lease on county-owned land at southeast 30/48/5, west of the 5th, 64.75 hectares, plus the undeveloped road allowance, 1.45 hectares, bordering the east side of the subject property.
Any other discussion? All those in favor? Those opposed? Glenn? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we are rolling right along here. We've got another meeting at 10:15, or public input at 11. And is Stars here? After lunch. Oh, okay. So municipal library, Glenn, your report is on there. Do we want to receive that for information? Glenn,
Receive my own report for information? No,
You
I
can.
don't want to receive my own report for information.
you can.
No, somebody else can.
Oh. Anthony?
I move to receive the Drayton Valley Library Board report for information.
Discussion? All those in favor? It's like at the RMA, Glenn. A lot of times people have the report and they say, I move my report, right? So you can do that, right? Rural wealth creation, Glenn?
I will speak to this. So this is pages 73, 75. So council authorized our attendance to this one, and the Reeve and I went to it, and it was really quite a good little session. Out of it, we kind of determined that what this community really needs is some low-income housing, but nice low-income housing, and more or less, like I said, we've been a community that's been focused on the boomer generation, so they all came here and they were able to buy some pretty cheap farms, pretty cheap homes in the community and raise a family here. And some of those early homes were just trailers on owned lots. And they were, from there, they were able to actually start businesses. They had extra money. In some cases, the wife didn't even need to work. From there, they grew, and they were able to move out of those trailers into bigger stick-built homes, and then into bigger farms, acreages after that. But there was a progression there, and that's kind of been lost. A lot of those early lots that they had available, they had empty lots in Drayton Valley where you could just move on a trailer, and it was pretty easy to get things started. And it's a lot harder now. We do have empty lots in Cynthia. It's just a long ways to go, and there's no school supports that's easy for children. It's a long bus ride in. So yeah, we kind of determined it would be nice to look into some options. One of them would be a land trust where we could kind of control what happens on a piece of land. You could build streets, sidewalks, and then you could determine that those homes that are on there would be built for either seniors or low-income or starting families, and they can't be rented out. They would be, that land trust would keep the vultures from coming in to buy them all up and then use them as rental properties, so it'd protect them that way. There was other ideas on, we could work with the youth and teach them how home ownership works and give them some financial strategies to help them out. Like the high school used to do some outreach work, but not so much anymore. Another one was to look into a community co-op. And so with that, one of the asks coming out of that meeting was that somebody go and look into it, and I did. Friday, I went to the ACCA. It's a Alberta Community and Co-op Association, and they were doing basically a great big event where they're trying to get interest in co-ops. This one is in Rocky Mountain House, and the sponsor was Blue Mountain Power. I was there, but there was also the acting mayor, Len Phillips, Councillor Dale Chappelle, Ken Mosker of Rocky Mountain House, the town. And this tour was to educate the public about co-ops, and generally because universities, the business schools don't teach those kids anything about co-ops, apparently. And the federal government had reached out to the ACCA, asking them to do some sort of a tour to get more people involved in co-ops. And through this, they gave them seed money from Prairies Canada to do it, and that's what this was. They're doing a number of these sessions, and I took the closest one. One was in Edmonton, but the one at Rocky is the one I decided to go to. They're also going to do a virtual event aimed for kids out of the Augustana University on October the 18th called Business Not As Usual, to promote a co-ops to 18 to 35-year-olds. So at this event that I was at, Dan Oler from Sangudo was there, and he started the Sangudo Opportunity Development Co-op. So Sangudo is smaller than Breton. It's a population of 300 people, but their school was being ripped out of that community, and they were in trouble. So they decided they would try this co-op model. And what it is In their town, they had a feedlot, an abattoir, a flea market, some small businesses, a Legion, and they needed some housing as well because their housing was an issue, and they needed a playground since they lost theirs. So they used this co-op with it, and they used the ACC to help them to incorporate it. At first, 22 members joined because it's a small community, and the first project was a playground that they invested in, $250,000, and the community helped construct it. And then they provided transition funding for the local abattoir. Well, the owner retired, and the new people, the young kids, couldn't afford it, so this group helped with the loan, and they got it going again, and it's quite successful. They provided a loan to the local feedlot. They had been renting land forever, and the owner of that land sold the land, and they didn't have the money up front to buy it, so the co-op helped them purchase it. They built 3 lots in the hamlet and 1 complete home to help kickstart the housing. The Legion, it was closed, so they purchased it, renovated it, and turned a coffee shop into it. They provided funding again to the abattoir to purchase the next door church, and they use that building to make beef broth and beef tallow, which is really popular for French fries right now. So they've grown that active membership from 22, so they have 31 active members in it, and they've invested $1.3 million. And more recently, because they're growing, they've adjusted their articles of incorporation to allow them to expand into the Lac St. Anne County. They see opportunity there. The co-op charges a one-time membership fee of $250, and then they sell individual shares to all these projects. You don't buy into the whole project, you select which one you want to put it in. And you can do this through an RSP or a tax-free savings account, and the returns are generally more than a typical GIC. The shares are considered high risk, but because it's in the community kind of pulls together to make sure these projects work, and it drives local businesses. The RSP and the TFSA are handled by the Canadian Worker Co-op Federation, who act as the trustee, so everything's done through them. Municipalities can also become a member of the co-op, so we could have a vote at the table. The only thing we can't do is invest in any of the projects. That's not allowed. If a municipality wants to help set up a co-op, they can do so by providing meeting room space, coffee and sandwiches, which Dan had said was the most powerful support of all, was having the county or the town on board. For tax purposes, the Sangudu Opportunity Development Co-op is a volunteer run, and they are a zero revenue gain. So they don't make any money, they have no taxes, and they have no employees. They do keep 1% of the revenue for bookkeeping and lawyer fees, and the revenue that any above that they make is all paid out to its memberships. So with that, I attended this meeting without council's authorization, so I'm looking for somebody to ratify my attendance to that meeting.
Any questions for Glenn? Donna?
That was amazing presentation. I think, well, first of all, I want to ratify Glenn's attendance to the Co-op Connection Tour in Rocky Mountain House, Friday, October 3rd. But what a great idea.
I think the problem will be solved with a bunch of little pieces. There's not going to be one solution that's going to fix it all, but this is possibly a solution if we can get people together, or a co-op wants to form,
Yeah.
We can do what we can to help them, or write letters of support, so they can get grants or whatever they need to get things rolling. But then you got to find a site, piece of land, right?
Yep,
So,
there's lots of land.
no subdivisions. All right, are you making a motion to ratify? I did. Oh, you did, okay. Any other discussion? All those in favor? Carried unanimous. All right, no correspondence. Nobody sends us stuff anymore, Rudy? All right, we've got the reports right now. Oh, they're here? Okay. Thanks for reminding me. So, Drayton Valley Violence Institute? Yeah, just state your name for the record.
Sure.
and speak about 6, 8 inches away from the microphone. We'll be able to, there's bad acoustics in this place, so you gotta, we're 10 feet away and we gotta use a microphone, you know?
Okay. Is it, okay, we're on. Okay. Hi, my name's Steve Dodds, resident of Drayton Valley area. And I'm here to talk about the Drayton Valley Comprehensive Family Violence Institute. We had come before you guys earlier this year to discuss some funding challenges that we had and to sort of talk about some options. And we wanted to just come back and sort of report. You guys had written a letter endorsing our program, so we first of all wanted to start off by saying thank you for that. Really appreciate your support in this. Unfortunately, we were unable to secure funding this year, so we've been running basically on our savings that we'd had. So this will probably be our last run until other funding is secured in the future. So we're still trying to figure that out, but at this point we don't have a go forward plan for continuing our program in the community. So our program started in 1989 with Rita and James Dillon and had been running for a while, and then I took over about 2021, I believe, June 2021, and we had been running on provincial funding for that time. They decided to restructure last year and decided that a number of programs wouldn't continue. So our program included in that. So we were looking at some different options. We'd come up with a few things, but unfortunately we weren't able to secure any funding from other sources either. So we're sort of sitting at that right now. And so we've gone back and just sort of talked to some people just to sort of let them know, give an update on where we stand currently. So as of December, the program will no longer continue to exist. So that's unfortunate, but a number of other programs, including the ones in the city, have also been cut. So in terms of court processes and things like that, there won't be any programs available for Albertans in this area or in the city. So they will have to figure out another alternative for that in the future. But at this point, there is nothing available. So I'm not exactly sure how that will impact the rural setting or Drayton Valley in particular. But if people want to do that, a lot of the times the program was being used by the court process to mitigate some sentencing requirements. So that may mean more people having to spend time in jail, which is not what we're sort of trying to aim for. And then also in terms of domestic violence prevention, that's a big topic for us that we really harp on. That will be an issue for us going forward. And I know a number of community members have taken this course and really enjoyed it and gotten a lot out of it. And I've had this one guy, I can't get him out of my head, but he was talking about how much more productive he is at work now because he doesn't spend 45 minutes going all over the job site looking for the tools that he threw all over the place. He just gets the job done and then moves on to the next one. And so I always get a good chuckle out of whenever he tells me about that. But it's just it's sort of unfortunate for our community that does have a sort of a lack of resources, because we offer free counseling to anybody that's in the program, a minimum of 3 sessions they have to take to get credit for the course, but they can take more on top of that. And so for people to have a resource like that in the community and then have it sort of yanked out does present some challenges for some people. And we were dealing with people from Breton to Entwistle and beyond, right? So it's a bit of a loss for our area in general, even beyond our county too. So yeah, just sort of disappointing to hear that we won't be going forward, but just wanted to sort of come back and let you guys know sort of where we were at. We've also let the town know as well, because they also provided a letter as well. So we're looking at different options, but as of right now, that's sort of where things stand. And unfortunately, I've had to look for other work as well, because once your job's gone, then you have to move on and find other things. So I will also be be looking for other stuff as well, so that's something to consider too. So if we are able to restart, we'll have to find someone else to pick up that mantle as well, so that presents other challenges, because it does require a certain level of expertise to be able to provide the counseling services that go along with the course. So, yeah, bit of a disappointment, but that is the world we live in, so, yeah.
In this, because like we're not social services at the county, but we're often asked to support, not just to letter support, but to help lobby for certain initiatives on whoever's lane it's in. I assume this is a provincial lane?
Correct, yeah. So this was under Minister Turton and Child and Family Services. And so when they made some restructuring around their family violence prevention initiatives. And so that when they did that, that was back in April. Then they gave us some bridge funding over the summer and then had a reapplication process. But it looks like a fair number of things were cut. I was sort of looking and trying to read the tea leaves to see what else was sort of going on in the province, and they'd cut a child trauma center down in Calgary. I was like, ooh, doesn't look very good for us. So I kind of had some idea that might happen, but it does kind of suck for our area, because we were also involved in the schools, and we'd gotten our program into every school in Wild Rose School Division, and we're looking at doing that also in the Catholic system as well, where we would be able to provide, we would take sort of the domestic violence abuse stuff out, and it was just focused on anger management principles around like cognitive behavioral therapy, how our thoughts, feelings, and actions come together, and we can cycle in a positive direction or in a negative direction. That sort of we want to ingrain early in kids, so that when they're making decisions that are important, they're thinking through the consequences and coming to a perspective of like, hey, where do I want to end up? Do I want to end up in a place that gives me personal power or takes away my personal power? And so it's unfortunate that we won't be able to continue that programming either, but yeah. Thankfully, we were able to get the Wild Rose School Division trained up before we lost our funding, and so they can at least continue some of that work.
Anthony?
Maybe you said that this already, or answered this already, but how many dollars were you looking at that you needed to operate your program?
So for our program, we were, I think we were at 94,000 for our program to run throughout the year. I can check back on that and get you guys the exact figures with how it's broken down in our budget and whatnot. A lot of that went to staffing, and we're pretty efficient. We mainly run with volunteers for a lot of our stuff. We give them a little thank you gift, but for the most part, we're run based on volunteers, and then my counseling hours are provided within that. And then we rent out of the Rotary House in Drayton Valley, and we have a bookkeeper to do the checks. So we're a pretty lean operation in terms of how we're running, but yeah, that's sort of what we're.
And over the years, were you able to qualify to get some money out of FCSS?
We were able to get a little bit when Rita retired. Another counselor or another lady stepped in. She didn't have the counseling requirements, so the province sort of reduced our budget there. And then when I took it over from her about a year later, they weren't willing to bump us back up to that original number. So we'd use some FCSS dollars. I think it was around $2,000 from FCSS or something like that, to sort of try to get us back to that full funding. But yeah, that's sort of where we're sitting at that.
Okay, thank you.
Donna?
This is a sad day for people out there who have not been raised with, you can't just hit somebody, or you have to think things through. I know people that have been in this program and have come out totally changed. This is this is where our province is going. Like, just, I want to take up this cause.
Well, appreciate
I
that.
don't know what what can I do? What could I do?
So we have a lot of pressure on it. I actually have a meeting, I think next week with the chief of staff for the ministry. So we're still pushing for it. We're still going forward. And Andrew Boychenko has also been harping on them as well. So there is a fair amount of sustained pressure still. So, I mean, anything you can do in terms of advocating for us and pushing forward for that, I mean, hey, that's great. I know lots of people that have, even before I was running the program, that would talk highly of it and how impactful it was for their families. A lot of people, like you said, they grow up thinking that's normal, and then once they see that, hey, maybe that's not a healthy or normal pattern, they are able to make that change, and has ripple effects down the line for generations. So, yeah, it is really disappointing.
Well, I know these guys can talk to the ministers personally about this. It just really bothers me that the province is cutting this, because these people have to do this program or do jail time. So they're going to pay one way or the other. Why wouldn't they do this?
We're a lot cheaper too.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
All I can say is sorry that our world is getting to this.
Yeah, and like I said, many times when we see these sort of plates, is that Brazeau County deals with millions, the province deals with billions. And so we can't fix everything that the province doesn't do, but we can lobby, like Donna says.
Yep.
And so sometimes it helps to come right from the horse's mouth kind of thing. And if you were lobbying, what would you say and do? And if you want to send us a letter, time to think about what would be a good lobbying strategy from your point of view, you could send it to us, and we can always take up the cause. We have lots of meetings, and Kara is the president of the association, so she might have some ideas as well. So that's how we can do it, because we don't know everything about everything, right? So if we're looking at it through your eyes, it may trigger some abilities for us to lobby, not just for you folks, but we do it with others as well. So think about that. If you want to send us a letter on some key points that you think would be great to help move this forward, we can always take up the cause for our citizens.
Oh, I appreciate it.
All right. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
I always say take the rest of the day off, but it sounds like you're taking the rest of your life off.
Yeah.
If you're
Well, yeah, something like that. Still got to work. A little young to retire at this point, but I'll see what I can do.
All right, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Come up to the microphone, if you would be so kind. Just speak into the microphone, state your name so that we can read.
Okay, my name is Sylvia Thompson. I actually sit on the board of directors for the initiative. One of the things that Stephen also didn't mention that he does voluntarily for our community that we're going to lose is that if there's a tragedy in our community, well, it's not part of his contract. Stephen will go out and he will help the family. So if it was a suicide, he will go out and he will talk to them, and he will, just counsel them because that's who he is. And I really think that community, county-wise and town-wise, we're going to lose a really valuable resource for our citizens. So I just wanted to let you know that he does that too. He didn't tell you that, but he does that also. So, yeah. Great.
How, collectively we can lobby to do something there, right? Because it won't be just our community, like you said, there's the city and other communities that are probably facing the same plight, right?
Lots of them. Yep.
Lots of them.
Yep.
Well, thanks for sharing that with us.
Thank you.
Anthony?
To the people before they leave, have you got any comments that you could share with us that Drayton Valley, or have you talked to Drayton Valley already, and have you got any thoughts that they've been able to convey to you?
So I did go before their council last month, and they sort of similar discussions there. They had sort of talked a little bit about potentially looking at budgetary stuff, but there wasn't any solid commitment from their side about one way or another what they were looking at doing. I think they were sort of leaning towards the advocacy as well. So we'll sort of see what they come up with. I'm not in the meetings behind the meetings, so I don't know exactly what's said or decided there, but there was some discussion around the costs and what they were looking at there. So there's some potential options there, but I think it would be sort of a maybe discussion point for the future.
Because FCSS has their new granting a cycle, I believe, coming up pretty soon.
Yep.
And would that be an option that they may consider?
So we have an application in with FCSS right now. From what I'm hearing, I don't know if they would have the funding to be able to continue the program, given the other stuff they have as well. So it's up in the air. Lola is also on our board too, so she can't really tell me everything that's going on there and be a part of that granting situation, but it is clear that I don't think they would have the money to continue funding the program fully. So yeah, that's where that one's at, unfortunately, but potentially there might be some grants that come through a similar funding stream that we can look at. We've looked at a number of different ones. There was a couple private organizations that had put forward some money, and we've also had grants in with them as well. So we just haven't heard back from any of those yet, but given that a lot of people got their funding cut, I think it's a race for those dollars for everybody, so, yeah.
Okay, thank you. And Bart, do you need a motion to
Sure,
receive?
yeah.
Okay.
No, Glenn?
I don't want that to receive. I move to add the Drayton Valley Family Violence Institute lobbying effort to the next Town of Drayton Valley and Brazeau County joint meeting.
Yeah, and you might want to expand it. Here's how I was thinking as you were talking is we may want to call it something along the lines of municipal issues that go beyond our lane kind of thing. So for joint lobbying between the town, and that should be kind of on our agenda almost all the time, you know, so instead of us waiting for a time lag, if we had a discussion between the town and Drayton Valley and say, okay, there's a number of items that are out there that we need to jointly lobby on. Let's start working on some of those initiatives instead of just having a meeting and talking about sometimes hard infrastructure. Follow what I'm saying? No?
No, nothing's working there, so sorry.
Nothing's working up
No,
there right
nothing's
now?
working there, sorry.
Oh, okay. Let me know when the doors open again. Oh, well, I was looking at that blank look in your eyes there, so. But anyway, I think it should be just like a norm, because that's one of the places where we can have the most money. Neither one of us have money for all these social issues that are a provincial responsibility, but we should be lobbying for our community on a lot of these things. Maybe as a note for the next meeting there, Rudy, we'll have that there, whether we're around or not. It might just trigger other people than some of the new people that may be there, maybe a new Reeve.
Maybe.
Okay. All right.
My motion was just to add the Drayton Valley Family Institute lobbying effort to the next Town of Drayton Valley, Brazeau County joint meeting.
And any other social issues.
And any other social issues.
Yeah, good. Well, you know, there's a lot of pressure, you know, not just on municipalities, but on families, on individuals. It's a struggle out there still for a lot of people. And, you know, I don't know where this is all going, you know, with all the different factors that have been affecting the county. You know, I'm just not sure how this is all going to unravel in time, because it seems every time I go out, and I've been doing a lot of door knocking, like I'm sure most of you guys are, you start to hear things and see things for yourself. And there's issues that are out there, and people have gone through some bad crunches, COVID and you know, the oil crisis and the Trump and the Trudeaus and the fires and, you know, it's a lot, like, for people to handle. And I'm seeing that pressure out there. People are getting frustrated, you know, because they need help, but nobody's got any money. Donna?
Have you approached any of the industries, like the oil and gas and,
Yeah, we've
the
got,
forestry?
we have Tawny Thompson on our board as well, and she's been doing a lot of outreach there. She's also does the rodeo stuff as well, so she's got a lot of good connections in with the industries and stuff like that. So she's been going around, talking to people and drumming up some support. We did do a fundraiser last summer with the Walk a Mile in Her Shoes thing, where a few people were out there trouncing about. So yeah, we had a few donations come in that way. That's actually sort of helped us keep the doors open for this fall run of our program. But again, that's a limited time offer kind of thing. So we're still trying to figure out exactly how we do that. We did have a few options where we were looking at fully funding our program through running the school programs out to every school division in Alberta, and then using the kickbacks from that to fund our program permanently in Drayton Valley without having to use any provincial dollars. That was originally the plan for this year, but without the funding to actually keep the program going, we don't have the time to be able to get out and do those other cool projects that we would have made us sustainable, which was the end goal, because I had a sneaking suspicion that at some point, you know, when you're relying on grants, that grants all do come to an end. So that was sort of the plan, and just we ran out of fuel 10 yards out. So yeah.
I just want to say something else.
Go ahead. You're kind of chatty today, Donna. Trying to get it all in.
Trying to get it all in. Also, if we lose Stephen, we will be losing our soccer coach.
Rugby.
No,
Rugby coach.
Rugby, sorry.
That's okay.
Big difference, big
Ah,
difference.
yeah.
Yeah. That would be a shame.
Yeah, I know might be some heartbroken young teenagers for that one, but yeah.
Go ahead, Kara.
There absolutely will be coach dogs.
I'm trying to avoid eye contact with her over there, 'cause I know
I've
she's gonna be
noticed that
mad.
this entire meeting, he hasn't been looking at me. Coach Dodds has coached my daughter for 2 years, so I hope you're staying in the community. Because you
dicey.
are going to have some broken hearts. For sure.
Yes, I know. I've already been getting some texts about that, so I'll see what I can do, but it's dicey. Yeah. Let me out for practice. And put me back in. Well, not 100% for that plan, but we'll see what we can come up with.
Well, thanks for all that you've done for the community. Appreciate that.
Oh, no problem. Thank you guys for having me. Appreciate your support so far.
What, pardon me? Yeah. Just gotta always giving me hell today, eh? It's just kind of the last day to give me hell, all right? Discussion, all those in favor? Glenn's doing it too. Pretty soon that's gonna become the norm here. All right, that's carried unanimous. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anthony? Anthony?
Bart, with the motion that Glenn made, though, that's to take it to the next joint meeting. Do we want to, and then usually after that, we don't make decisions there in the sense that we come back to our own council and make the decisions. So do we want to maybe make a motion now directing that these types of social types of lobbying efforts are something that we're in favor of, and that then we've already done our part when we talk to the town?
I don't want to make it general. I want to have it focused so that there's some connection to the community. But I think what we need to do is have the discussion there for any issues that go beyond municipal sort of mandates kind of thing. So we are and we have been effective at lobbying. And I just think it should be on the agenda all the time to say, is there any issues that are out there that we need to try to deal with and find some help?
So do we want to have something that's pre-approved though, that the lobbying can occur? Or do we want to wait till some subject comes up and then have a council meeting subsequently happen to come along before we can go ahead and do the lobbying? Because sometimes, especially Karen, her role may have an opportunity to speak to somebody if she's given the, I'm going to say the authorization from us to do it.
Right. Yeah, that works too.
That's why I'm saying if we do our part of putting a motion in place to authorize this lobbying effort, then if we also get the town to come along with that, we don't have to sit and wait for another council meeting to approve whoever the lobbying person is to go speak to the various ministers. That could be of help.
Yeah, it could shorten up the time frame, Anthony, so.
That's what I'm trying to get at.
Glenn, you got a comment?
Yeah, we've got boxes today to fill. We're done here. We got 13 days left, and there's not going to be any lobbying done.
No.
So we might as well just wait for the next council, whoever's at these seats can do that.
Sometimes it's good to give leadership to the new council. Let's say all of us get changed out here, okay? They've already got it on their ticket to go. It takes a while to ramp up to speed, right? So when you send a message out there, they may take a look at that and get themselves lined up for something.
I'm just saying, there's no more lobbying done from this point.
I understand that, but
Okay.
it's to move the situation forward so that it gives some ideas. If you had a whole new council and they go to a meeting with the town, they're going to be, yeah. So you give them some advice on what could be on their agenda. Rudy's listening anyway, he's making notes. All right, did somebody make a motion? Yeah, let's have a motion. Have a motion that we put on the joint council meeting, joint lobbying initiatives. And that opens the door for just about anything.
Hey, Bart.
Oh, did it?
Well, what I was getting at is if, that still requires then after that meeting for us to come back here and make a decision to us put it in play, because we, council, makes the decision here, not at that joint meeting.
Right.
So if we're making our approval now, pre-approval, I guess is what I'm saying, and hope that the town follows suit with doing that, then we're off and running, or the new council is off and running, and if that issue comes up, someone like Kara or whoever else is in front of a minister can bring that issue forward, because they've already been authorized to do it. Otherwise, they're doing it kind of, without approval from council. That makes any sense?
Well, it's just, it's so broad that it might be an invite for the town to add things. Sorry. Right? I think you still have to keep the same process in place and just have discussions, see where we can help, and away we go. Because you never know what somebody will interpret that to mean. All right? So I think we're good. We don't have a motion on the floor right now, right? Correct. Okay. Donna?
I just want to add that maybe Mr. Dodds could come back to the new council after, give them a month.
Still clawing his way out of the basement? Is that what you said? All right. Thanks again. All right, reports. Somebody want to make a motion to receive the councilor reports for information? Anthony?
I move to receive the council reports as presented for information.
Discussion? All those in favor? All right, meeting dates. Ratification of the Ag Society meeting, that was myself, and was that you, Glenn, there, or Anthony? When we met over at the Ag Society building there? Oh, the three of us, okay. So we need a motion to ratify that meeting. Glenn? Oh, Dallas, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm happy to do that. I just wonder if there's any report back from that meeting.
Well, there's just issues that are there, without getting into details. There's concern about the one site there was rented out to a certain group, and because there's other people that think it's a municipal responsibility, that they shouldn't have to go through a group that got approval, and then have them do the okay. They're suggesting that the county should be always deciding, you know, what we're going to do with municipal facilities. Right, that was kind of the gist of it.
All right.
Anthony? Yeah, I see that. Kara?
Thank you. We only heard one side that day, as well as we did, the REIT did a great job telling them that if they were looking for changes, they were to approach council as a whole, come forward at a council meeting with solutions and what they're hoping to see. And also, you would also have to provide an opportunity for the other group to present to as well.
Yeah. So another job for the new council. They are going to be so busy.
All right, so I'm just kind of curious if anything was resolved or
No.
it's still an issue? Okay, no further questions then. All right, so I'll move the ratification of the Ag Society meeting September 16th, 2025.
Discussion? All those in favor? Carried unanimous. Attendance at the Co-op Connection, that was you, Dallas? Or not you, Dallas, Glenn? Was that you? Oh, okay. When did you do that? No, I wasn't. No. Huh? You guys can't remember, I can't remember. All right, I guess the only thing we've got right now is the other input session, 1:15. I don't know if we can move them up any further or not. They're probably on the road driving, probably. Yeah. Okay. So we just gotta wait then. Sorry, I
That was for the, I believe you were, 6B, I believe.
we do have a good process for approval.
It was
so
approved. The first reading was approved.
Thanks.
Yeah. Reed,
Thanks
just
for our
because
patience.
you weren't here this morning, we did add item 17, council presentation, and then moved adjournment to item 18. So if we are done,
What's it called on 17?
council presentation.
Council presentation.
So,
Pardon me? Who added that?
I did.
Okay. What's the idea?
It is to thank Councillor Wiltsey for the last 4 years, actually not even 4 years, it's been 8 years, of the work and dedication you've done to our community. I'm gonna try not to cry. I'm gonna cry. Oh, I'm gonna cry. Okay, don't say that. Yes, we have a gift for you. Yeah, well, that was from staff. Earlier today was from staff. So this presentation is from council. And I am trying to choke back tears, and I'm at a loss for words, which is completely not like me. But just want to thank you for all that you've done. I know you've been on council for 8 years, but you've been a part of this community a lot longer. And the amount of work and volunteering and the dedication that you've done has been incredible, Don, and you've truly made a difference. And the county is a better place because of you and the dedication. And I know you'll continue to be working in the community. I know you're not going anywhere, but just want to say thank you.
You're a worthwhile person, Donna. You're a worthwhile person, Donna. And I'm glad I had the chance to work with you. We've known each other all of our life.
You, like, it's been incredible.
Yeah.
And I was sick to my stomach coming here today, because I really don't want to go, but I do want to go. Like, it's so back and forth.
So one thing, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but Donna's driving a different vehicle these days. And the thing that I miss the most is seeing your license plate. plate, so I did stop at RMA. I made sure I got her a new one for her car. And then this is just a little thank you from council. You are making me
All
cry.
right, you crybabies.
I don't have water for mascara.
How about we have a picture with Donna while we're doing that?
You gotta have the rural Alberta.
Pardon me? Oh, you were listening to us again?
And I think Councilor Wiltsey's parting comments were coming to a council meeting made her sick to her stomach. Yeah, so you guys have had a lasting impact on her.
You make me. Yeah.
Well, that's not fair.
No, I'm just waiting one more minute here for everybody to sit down, and then I'm going to go into public input. And what was the other item? Was there another item added?
Not added. No, there's just stars at 1:30.
Oh, yeah, I know there's that item, but there's nothing else on the agenda. Well, I'm going to take a chance. Is there anybody online, Tina?
I brought my presentation notes in my beautiful Brazeau County
Oh,
folder that I got last year. And as a side note, I brought my daughter Ophelia today because she's
Yeah.
home due to the strike. I thought it would be nice for her to see what I talk about.
well, you can scrutinize her there for us there and rate her, 1 to 10.
Right.
Okay?
Okay, so thank you all for having me here again today. Very happy to be back in Brazeau County. The drive here, just beautiful with all the fall colors. I just wanted to start the presentation by highlighting that STARS is celebrating 40 years this year. So 40 years of serving Albertans. So we gain our funding through various channels. Last year, we were fortunate to sign the 10-year agreement with the province of Alberta for 15 million block funding per year. After the government's contributions, we still must fundraise 56% of our operating costs. So that comes from corporate donors, individual donors, fundraising events, our municipal initiative, and our lottery. Our lottery is one of the most respected across Canada, and it nets just over 11 million per year, which is the cost of one of our bases. So if any of you are lottery ticket purchasers, thank you.
I haven't won, just so you know.
No. I hear that feedback often. My apologies. So on this slide, it's a snapshot of our municipal support across the province of Alberta and northeastern BC. You can see that more than 95% of Alberta's municipalities are partnering with STARS, which is incredible. Regional leader partnerships are growing across the province and are represented by the dark blue boxes. These counties and municipal districts support STARS at a minimum of $2 per capita up to $90 per capita. This includes Brazeau County. The light blue boxes represent our 9 provincial leaders, who include STARS as a fixed-rate standing motion in their emergency services budget and have contributed over $500,000 to date. And finally, the 16 complete regional partnerships are outlined in the red, and that means that all of the villages and towns within are also supporting at $2 per capita. So here, we're taking a look at your 15-year mission overview. My apologies for the column headers here. I didn't realize, oh, they look okay on the big screen. Sorry, okay.
No, that's okay, we're sleeping anyway.
Okay. Okay, so 15-year mission overview. We respond to 28 missions on average per year in Brazeau County, which is incredible. An incredible number of your residents that we provide critical care to. We also assist with inter-facility transfers. That's why they are listed there. Usually the scene call originates within your county boundaries. The patient's taken to the nearest hospital, but the level of critical care that's required is higher than what can be provided, and then STARS comes in. Something else I will talk a little bit about on another slide is our virtual care and how we're working with rural hospitals virtually as well. It's pretty incredible. This is my favorite slide. It's our postal code project. So we take the postal code information from patients that we've flown, and you can see that from since 2010, 190 total area residents were flown. We picked up 149 of them within Brazeau County, but 41 residents were flown from 26 other locations across 2 provinces. So I love sharing these statistics because I really feel that it's a testament. When we say that we're there for your residents wherever they travel across Western Canada, this proves that. As I mentioned, STARS is borderless. We have 6 bases across Western Canada. We average 11 missions per day across all the bases. However, that fluctuates. This is a snapshot of one day when we had 18 missions we were dispatched to. You can see from the first column, it's pretty evenly distributed amongst our bases. Under the description column, it really speaks to the varying types of situations that our crew responds to. You have everything from a near drowning to a stroke to a vehicle accident. And in the final column, it highlights when we work with other groups or teams, such as the NICU. There's times when we've had to go by ground ambulance, and there's also times when we've been told to stand down. This could be because first responders were able to stabilize the patient on scene, or as we're in Canada, sometimes the weather conditions dictate whether or not we can fly. On this slide, it's just one of many examples why we are pioneers in our industry and always ahead on the innovation curve. We were the first in North America to carry blood on board. It started with 2 units of blood. Due to the high level of trauma cases we saw, we increased that to 4 units of blood. And we can now administer fibrinogen, which promotes blood clotting. So we'll administer the 2 units, fibrinogen, and then the other 2, and that will give us more time to get them to the hospital. It's pretty incredible. As I mentioned previously, so virtual care, we use an encrypted connection through a program called Good Sam, and that allows our transport physicians working out of our Emergency Link Center to work in live time with staff at rural hospitals, so they can see the patient in live time and provide guidance and assistance over this encrypted network. It is incredible. It's a game changer. I heard of, I think it was a couple months ago, they were able to help deliver a baby virtually and give guidance because there were some complications. So it's just really incredible, and a reminder that even if you don't see the red helicopter in the county, it doesn't mean that we're not assisting at that moment. So, and also the physicians at your hospital can request advice or one of those encrypted calls at any time from our transport physicians. So that's a great service that we provide. On this slide, this is to highlight our longest mission. So when we say we provide critical care anywhere, this is a testament to this. Doug McTavish is a resident of Alberta, and he was up hunting in northeastern BC when he had some chest pain. They called 911, and it was determined that he was, in fact, having a heart attack, and STARS was dispatched. So as you can see, 2,400 liters of fuel, 1,700 kilometers, 8 hours in flight, 5 hours working with Doug is one life saved. And he recently, at the beginning of the summer, came in to meet his crew at the Grand Prairie base, and he's doing great. So in conclusion, I'd just like to highlight again, STARS is celebrating 40 years of serving Albertans this year. We've flown over 63,000 missions since our start in 1985. That's an incredible number of patients, their families, and communities that we've had a positive impact on. We are very grateful for our longstanding partnership with Brazeau County, that you are on a fixed rate standing motion of $16,500. We're so grateful for this ongoing support. It allows us to really keep up with these innovations and be there for the next patient that needs us. So thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yeah. It's incredible, right?
We just had church dinner, so we're kind of...
I caught you guys in sleepy mode a little bit, yeah.
You're keeping us awake, you know that, eh?
Okay, good. Well, that means I was interesting enough, that's good.
Yes.
Is there any questions at all?
No?
No? All right. Well, thank you all so much again, and I hope to see you next year. I don't know if everyone is running again, but...
I think everybody's running. Some of us away. So, thanks for coming out.
Thank you.
I took a trip in one of your helicopters about 15 years ago.
Did you?
And so, yeah, the deer swerved out, I hit the ditch, flew over the approach, went crashing through the farmer's field, or trees at about 12 feet high off the ground, and cracked my neck and a bunch of other things, but
Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
I was grateful.
Oh, I'm so happy that STARS
Yeah,
was able to
that
help.
was good.
And I don't know if you're aware, we offer a program for all of our patients to come in and meet their crew if they would like to. So if you ever want to arrange that, if you haven't, you can just reach out and I can set that up for you.
Will they pick us up in the helicopter?
No. You of all people should know you don't want to ride in the helicopter.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead, Kara.
I actually didn't know that, and STAR saved my daughter's life 9 years ago. What is she, 13? No, it'd be 10 years ago. She has suffered a near fatal head injury, and a specialized team came and got her. And they didn't have the expertise at the time at the hospital here to put a patient into a coma, so they actually brought the people out here that needed to come out and save her life. So.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing.
Yeah, I'm sorry, you're gonna make me cry. It's gonna
No,
cry.
that's okay.
It's okay. We do have a counselor not running again, so I've already cried enough today. But yeah, no, I would, if you can leave me your information, I would be interested.
Yes.
I wonder if any of the crew is still around, because we were never given that opportunity for my Taylor, so.
You know what?
Yeah.
Our crew members are, how do I say, loyal. We celebrate so many milestones. Today, we just celebrated someone that has stayed STARS for 35 years. So,
Wow.
and that's not uncommon, 20, 25, 30. So very, very good odds. So yes, I'll leave you my information for
Please do,
sure.
and I will contact you, so.
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, I choke up over it, so it's difficult, but.
It's
She wouldn't be
understandable.
here today, so. And it was interesting, because even with the follow-up with the hospital, between the Stars and the U of A hospital, I was actually delivering my son at the time, so we weren't here. We actually had to check out. My son was less than 6 hours old, and he had some complications, so I actually had to check us both out of the hospital to go and meet Stars at the U of A.
Oh, my God.
And then even the Stollery kind of like helped me look after it was just an amazing team all around. But I'll never forget, because we did beat Stars to the U of A, and they put you in a room, and I didn't at that point know, I just assumed when you got put in those rooms, it was bad news. But I heard the elevator coming, and my friend actually was also at the hospital, and she was a nurse, so she explained to me, no, like Stars is still coming, they didn't put you in the room to come give you bad news, and so she kind of calmed me down, but then she said, and you know what's really neat is the elevator for Stars is right beside us, so you'll hear the elevator come down. What she didn't realize, it triggered me. I heard the elevator, I was out of the room, and I don't know who the pilot was, but he caught me as they come around, and he held me. And literally picked me up off the floor and just said, Mom, she's alive. It's all I just remember, him just whispering. He said, Mom, she's alive. And he held me, like literally held me like a baby. And then got me into the trauma unit. And then things happened there and I calmed down. And yeah, so your crews are amazing.
They are.
Yeah, they truly are. So, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you so much for sharing. And yes, we'll definitely set that up so you can come in and see them again. Yeah.
I didn't realize how busy it was. I spent a little time in the hospital. But every day, there's like 6 or 7, just a steady flow
Right.
of Stars helicopters coming in to the hospital. And I thought, wow, that's way busier than I thought.
It is a lot. I'm fortunate, I live on the flight path just south of
Yeah.
Edmonton, so I'm reminded many times I do what I do, so.
Well, thanks again. Take the rest of the day off and we'll see you again
I will tell my boss you said that. Thank
Yeah.
you.
with a raise. All right. Thank you. All right, folks. We're burning daylight. Donna. Go ahead, Anthony. Discussion, all those in favor? I move to adjourn. No. I'm still having fun the last day, folks. Donna?